first and foremost, I can't thank my team enough for those last 2 games. I think I got involved very, very early, and I thank my guards for that. But this upcoming games, I feel like it's just a completely new season. I feel like the A10 is a wonderful conference, and everybody's gonna give it their all, especially in the tournament. So we have to clean the slate. We had a wonderful practice coming into it, man. We're all extremely excited. We're looking forward to this big-time opportunity.
Coach is saying one thing that's become clear is when you get going early, you can tell it's going to be a good day for you. If you get the touches early and you get the ball goes in early,
Sure.
If it doesn't go that way, is it on you to self-motivate, to be your own catalyst if things aren't going great early?
Absolutely. I definitely agree with you. I feel like oftentimes in the past, things don't go early. It's kind of a struggle. I think one thing that my coaches as well as my teammates have done a good job with is telling me the idea of hunting EGBs, which is hunting little things to get going, whether it's getting a rebound, helping your guard on the screen, doing the small things that can still be helpful and effective for the team that's not necessarily scoring. So I think if things don't really go for me early in regards to the offense, man, I feel like the defense is what's more important than doing the little things.
Austin, you've been here as long as anybody. This season you've seen, teams that have struggled. You've seen some good teams. This team has never really gotten beaten badly, score-wise, except the Kentucky game up until this game. What was the reaction coming out of that and coming into these practices and this week?
I think it was a good learning experience, like you said. Coach Danbrot made that point after the game to us. He's like, this is really the only game we really got blown out all year. Like, it was even against Kentucky and like some of the other ones we lost early, definitely weren't like that. So it was just, and they also emphasized like we need to, kind of turn the page, leave it go, and not really carry it with us. We need to just focus on a new season. Like, everybody's 0-0 coming into this week, and it's one and done. So, we need to learn from it, and we were self-reflected a lot from that, but at the same time, we're not gonna, hang our heads this week. We got, business to take care of starting Wednesday, so.
Easy said, and especially from the coach, and you sound convincing. Do you think people are capable of doing that?
I think so. I think we got a really mature group on our hands, top to bottom. It helps with a lot of upperclassmen, and then our young guys as well, like Kareem. We all, pretty much are, have a similar mindset as a unit as far as maturity and, never getting too high, never getting too low. So I think we've done a good job so far.
For as old as you guys are, is it weird to think that nobody's ever played an A10 tournament game on this roster? Is that what?
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, it'll be my first too.
Your first one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. So I'm excited. Yeah, definitely excited for the opportunity.
How's that like anticipation? Because you've been around the program for so long and you've come close to, obviously, for many reasons, whether it's injury for you personally, COVID for the team, whatever. But what's the anticipation level like to finally be able to play in an A10 tournament game?
Just really excited, and I like us going into it. I feel good about it, and we had a good practice today, and put one together tomorrow, and then go time Wednesday.
You were there though, right? At other tournament games, but just was unable to play.
Yeah, unable. I was hurt. And then COVID canceled our game the day of the game my sophomore year when the whole world shut down. So it's I haven't really played in a game at all.
So it feels different being active and.
Yeah, definitely a different mindset. It's really cool.
Obviously, Duquesne was picked to finish dead last in the preseason polls. You've already sort of proved them wrong a little bit in the regular season, but for the people who counted you guys out early on in the year, just what is there left to prove?
I think, we kind of have proved them wrong a little bit, but like you said, I don't really know exactly offhand what our conference record was, but I know that, we felt like we could have won, a handful of more games. There were ones that went either way that we, kind of lost a lead or something. So those, still leave a sour taste in our mouths, and we want to, show that we are like the top tier, one of the top tier teams in this league this year. That maybe our record didn't show because we lost a couple ones. I don't think we should have.
With a season that's already been filled with countless high points and multiple broken program records, just where is this team mentally heading into A10s?
I think we are kind of going a little bit back to the basics, just working on our emphasis of, playing defense. And there we've gone through stretches this year where we really lock people down, and then we can also go on big scoring runs. So we're just emphasizing like connectivity, communication on the defensive end, and then just doing the little things like Joe said, EGBs, and making the little plays, not focusing on getting your shots, but if you do the little things, the offense will come to you.
Joe, you guys do know that you would play forward on potentially a quarterfinal matchup, but don't know who your opponent in the second round would be. How do you guys avoid not looking too far ahead to what would be a third shot at Fordham against two teams that you have beaten earlier in the year?
Throughout the year, man, we've just been focused on just one game at a time. First and foremost, we're extremely excited to get the opportunity to play Fordham again. But first, we got to finish with the game Wednesday. So just like I said throughout the season, man, just focusing on one game at a time, making sure that we do our personnel, making sure we prepare ourselves for each game. When the opportunity comes to come back and play for them, we'll be ready.
Both of you guys, Keith has often talked during the course of the season about trying to get you guys to be more consistent, whether it's within a game or game to game. The 4 games that you won to start February, I mean, you've shown that you can win 4 games in a row in this conference. What do you remember about that 4-game stretch against Mason and Washington, Bonaventure and St. Joe's? Like, what was it about that 4-game stretch that allowed you to be consistent enough to win 4 in a row?
I'll go. I think it's more just excited as well as just chemistry. I think that 4-game stretch, man, we were having fun, and the reason why is because everybody was involved. Everybody was involved offensively, defensively. We were sharing the ball, and we used everyone. I think the thing about this team that is just so special is the depth that we have, both old and young. So seeing all of it come together and seeing everybody being utilized and accepting their roles, it's fun to watch, and it showed for that 4-game stretch.
Was it defensively too, Austin, in those 4 games?
Yeah, definitely. I think you said the first game we started out on that win streak was against Washington.
Yeah, George Washington.
I think that game really showed us that if we lock in defensively, we're really capable of beating anybody. So I think like after that game, I think we had a couple at home. We really just tried to build on it, and we got I just felt a sense of defensive confidence with our group game to game, like just building and just really locking in on our scouting report, and I think we did a really good job of that. We need to get back to that, obviously, to win these next 4.
Did you feel that in practice today, that defensive confidence? Do you guys feel like you're almost back to that point of being that confident on that end?
I'd say so. I think we'd like to get a little bit more consistent with that. We have had some inconsistencies, but I mean, especially towards the end, I felt like was our best stretch of today's practice, defensively, just effort-wise, and it's just a big thing for us is consistency day to day.
Joe, you mentioned earlier you're sort of taking things one game at a time. Obviously, you're going to face either LaSalle or Rhode Island in the first round, 2 teams in which you guys have already beat this season. So just how confident are you guys heading into that game, regardless of whichever team you might end up playing?
First and foremost, we're thankful for the bye. I think whether it's 2 games or 1 game, having the idea and ability to just rest and kind of get our scouting as well as our shots and prepare for that game, I think will be helpful. But just more so just locking in defensively, and like Roach said, man, just staying consistent. I think if we just stay consistent and use each other, we'll be all right.